Hello, you know, I really like Xduoo. They probably are not the winners in the absolute competition, but price-quality ratio for their products are really high. I reviewed almost all their portable gadgets, and today it's time for yet another really interesting device. It's a portable digital analog converter with Bluetooth, and the model name is XP-2. I reviewed their Bluetooth adapter not so far ago. It was really average, but this Bluetooth amplifier is noticeably better because here they've used decent digital to analog converter. If I remember right, it's AK4452. They've made nice amplification. As you can see by specifications, it's 245 milliwatts for 32 ohms load. Nice time, and everything in small package. And now it supports AAC and aptX, so it's pretty good in terms of sound quality. And as usual for Xduoo, price is really affordable, $110. I will put links to the shop in the description. So now let's have a closer look. This time they've decided to make outer wrap simply white, but polygraphy is nice, technical specifications are printed, so everything is traditional. As usual, inside of this box we will have another box. It's signature. Here is device itself, and as usual underneath we will have an accessories. Short manual with information, warranty card, nice sticker, and that allows you to glue the device to some source, to your smartphone or to your player, and also it works as a protector, so it won't scratch your device. Cable to connect it as an amplifier with 3.5mm jacks, USB to micro USB cable for charging, and two cables to connect to the source for USB-C device and for the micro USB. So almost every Android smartphone will work with it without issues. So as you can see, accessory set is pretty good. You will have everything that you will need with it. In terms of design and build quality, it's pretty nice. It's relatively small, especially for such a powerful device. Really fit nicely into hand, made of metal, really feels nice, solid, and nothing fancy in terms of design, but really good looking. Small plastic insert for Bluetooth antenna, and that's all. So two ports, separate for charging and separate for connecting to your smartphone or to the source, because and it's a good idea because you can save your smartphone from draining. If it won't charge from smartphone when connected to this port. On the front panel there is line in and line out, and headphones output. Volume knob, it also works as on-off switch, so you turn it and it boot up. Really good regulator used here, no noise when you connect, rotate it, almost zero channel imbalance, and so on. Here is two small LED indicators on this side. This one shows when Bluetooth is working, and this one shows what input you have selected. So green is Bluetooth, red is for USB, and red-green is for line in. Pressing this button will cycle you through these modes. And this button is used for Bluetooth link, so it works absolutely simply. You turn it on, by default it boot ups in Bluetooth mode, and you connect it. And also as usual, gain switch. It's really powerful device, so almost all time you will keep it on the low gain. Work time is pretty close to announced. In the USB digital to analog converter mode you will have about 7 hours and a half. In the Bluetooth mode, let me see, yep, They stated 12 hours, but I've got about 11 hours, and as an amplifier it will work for 15 hours and a half if you need to use it as an amplifier. So pretty good for such output power. And of course about the sound, so let's build some kind of system. We need some earphones, let it be unique melody, and a source. For example, Fio M6 will connect it via Bluetooth now. So everything is connected, kind of. Of course it's not important for the review, but let's imagine we're doing everything right. But of course we can connect it using the stock cable. Let me see. For example, USB-C cable, not really well compatible with Fio's case, but without case still okay. And actually I did it wrong. I need to connect it this way. So, source and destination. Actually Bluetooth quality is pretty good here, and it supports up to 10 meters without walls, or about 8 meters with one not really thick wall range, and it's pretty reliable in terms of connection. I didn't have any issues. So you can build such stack, for example, but of course wireless connection is more convenient. But the thing is that this digital analog converter and amplifier has a bit different sound with wireless connection and connected via USB. I don't know why Xduoo did that, but with wireless connection it's a pretty colored amplifier with rolled off treble and a bit accented low frequencies. So it's an option for those who prefer warm and a bit tubey sound. So it's not the most resolving because they've decided to create smoother sound, but still resolution is pretty well, especially if we took a price range into consideration. So bass is nice, it's accented, it goes really deep, and deeper layers of bass even more accented, and it's adding weight, it's adding impact, it's adding more fun coloration, and of course it's really well in building foundation for your tunes and for your melodies. Resolution is normal, not great, but normal, so it's like 4 stars out of 5 for the resolution, but good balanced impact and pretty fun sounding. As an example, let's take Juno Reactor. It's one of the best electronic recordings in my media library. I really like them, and with this amplifier of course they sound really impressive, with a lot of weight, with deep bass, with all necessary coloration. Not super natural and sometimes not natural, but pretty engaging. Mids are done in macro style. It's really energetic digital analog converter for those who like a lot of energy put into recordings, who like a lot of weight put it into mids, but without actually being too much. And resolution is also 4 stars out of 5, but it's not great, but still okay. It's not going into micro details, it's more playing in macro style, but also pretty engaging. It's the same familiar warm sounding. And as an example, to the left or to the right, where is, yeah, it's Newsted solo album. Jason Newsted, unfortunately he recorded only one album with the same called group, but I really like this one single album. I really like it. It's groovy and it's well recorded, and with this amplifier it sounds really impressive, with all necessary groove, with all bass guitars, with solo guitars, and pretty energetic sounding. Imaginary stage is about average in width and a bit less than average in depth, but still pretty normal. Layer separation is also acceptable, not super, but still good. And it sounds coherent with this device representation. And the treble, actually it has a good utilization and pretty good extension, but via Bluetooth connection, of course, treble sounds a bit distorted. It's not an issue with this device, it's because of Bluetooth. Even with aptX codec, treble suffers. But because it's recessed here, it's not highlighted these issues, and so treble here sounds pretty normal. It's not something super, but it's because of Bluetooth connection. And as an example, let me switch it. It's louder than words. It's Pink Floyd last album. It's not recent, it's last, and there won't be any Pink Floyd albums, but it's, of course, it's Pink Floyd, and it's well recorded material and really good track, and actually XP-2 plays it really nicely. And actually when you connect it via wire, it changes sound pretty noticeably. It started sounding more linear, more natural. Resolution improves on mids, bass is less accented, and treble is more present, and it's closer to neutrality. So, you know, it's kind of 2-in-1. Of course, mainly I can recommend it for those who like additional bass and for those who like energetic sound, but for those who prefer natural sound, but not really monitoring, but more natural, wire connection can do the trick. It's really powerful, so it's driving almost every full-size headphones. Of course, there will be some exceptions, like some power-hungry planars, but it still can drive them. And actually what I really like, it has almost zero background noise. You know, with most sensitive in-ear monitors you will hear a bit of hum, but it's really on the low level. It's really good thing here. Speaking about some comparisons, actually there is not so much devices in this price range, and of course the most familiar, most well-known is FIO's Q5 Mark II. Sorry, not Q5, of course, Q1 Mark II. It's bit more resolving on mids, but also has a bit recessed treble. It's so FIO's Q1 Mark II is a bit more resolving, but of course it's lacking Bluetooth connection, so it's really probably not a huge minus, but pretty noticeable. Maybe there are some other devices. Of course, it's not fair to compare it with typical small Bluetooth receivers like BTR from FIO, for example, because they are definitely less powerful and usually more naturally tuned. But it's a really interesting device, especially if you need to drive full-size headphones, and if you like such sound representation, I definitely can recommend it. You know, Xduoo creating maybe not something super great, not some giant killers, but really well fitting their price range devices that offers a lot of features and usually pretty good sound. Thank you for attention.